Good evening. We're kicking it back off. We're still on Intervals 2020 Circadian album for background music, just so there's something to listen to. Alright, so bringing us up to what's going on, there's a couple of corrections, updates, data to be had on what's for this moment been dubbed VG. And that is the ASRock 970G 3.1 that I'm kind of putting together. First order of business, I have a clarified situation on the chassis itself. It is mine to do with whatever I want. Yay! Except Uh, that would have been nice to have known a little bit while ago, but okay, moving on. Alright, so going on to some of the problems, as I said, I picked up a USB Type E internal header on a PCI Express bus. And when I was running off of KDE Neon, I thought that it was just a driver error, that the wrong module was being loaded. Well, no, it wasn't, because the ASRock 970G/3.1 uses an ASMedia controller for the USB 3.0, 3.1, the USB Type-C support that's on the motherboard. And while running around in the BIOS, I found the little image that's on the screen right now, which shows our installed hardware. We can see it's got the processor highlighted, it's got the 3 memory sticks that are in use highlighted, it's got the M.2 highlighted, that was the Phison controller that you saw last time, and it's got the PCIe X16 slot highlighted. What's not highlighted is the second PCIe bus. It's not registering that the Fab EZDYI Fab controller is even plugged in. Now, I know that it's getting power over the serial ATA port, because when I plug a device up, it charges. And from this point, what I really don't know, if there's a hardware switch in the manual. So I'm kind of looking that up right now. ASRock 970G 3.1 manual. And here we go. The manual for it. Scrolling down, onboard headers and connectors, package contents. Okay, let's go. PCIe 2, PCIe 4, RR16X slots, chassis fan connector, CPU fan connector, chassis fan, serial ATA connector, chassis fan, power LED header, clear CMOS, USB 2.0 header, UMP 2.0 header, COM header, front audio panel header, USB header. Now we're down to installation, installing memory modules, expansion slots. Okay, PCIe slot configuration. Is used to install extension cards that have 32-bit PCIe. We're not using that one. PCIe slots. PCIe is used for PCI Express X1 slots. PCIe X16. PCIe X4. I know that this is PCIe X4 compatible. Alright, jumper setting. We have our clear CMOS jumper, system panel header, power LED header, serial ATA connectors, USB headers, front audio, chassis speaker, chassis fan, ATX. Alright, so there is nothing specifically in the information here that suggests that there is an issue, that I need to do some kind of hardware configuration setup or hardware switch to get the second PCIe slot active. So I don't know yet at this point if there is a problem with the card if it's just not active. I don't really know what's going on here. Uh, so that is a little bit of an update on that. Why we're getting power, but not a data connection is just not being seen at a hardware level, which is disconcerting to say the least. Um, Not really a whole lot else to say. I am a little bit worried on the USB 2.0 backports, because I did see a spark from the previously shown broken one, and that's where I've separated those a bit more, and I'm kind of going, if I did ship the system out, I would probably get some USB panel headers and use the additional, instead of using the back panels, I would use the headers at the bottom of the motherboard and just do some more slots on the back pane, since there's plenty of space on the chassis to plug them in. Um, Something else I did, another thing I did kind of notice, comparatively speaking, the pure base, but the pure base from the dark base. The dark base has USB slots, more USB slots on the top. The pure only has just two, and that was a little bit of an annoyance working with. Any other notes that I really have? Well, other than now having an idea that something's just not being detected, and there's an equal possibility that maybe the second PCIe slot is just fried out. This had sat in a box for I really don't know how long, so that could be a problem as well. I don't know how big a problem, but it definitely could be a problem. So that's what I got for now, just a quick update. And I guess I'm going to move from here on trying to troubleshoot whether or not the card is active. My immediate thought is from this point to try, since I know that the second PCIe slot is active on the i7-920, because that's the slot I'm using for the solid state drive there, that also came out of a laptop, an old laptop, so it's slower solid state drive. Since I know that slot is active and I know the graphics card works there, try that and see if I can get the Type-C port to be read that way. What's the worst that can happen? So that's the next step. I probably won't be doing that on camera. That's just a quick update of what's going on, where I'm moving at for now, and hopefully this is useful to anyone else who's trying to resurrect older hardware. Now, I'm really interested while I'm at here, since I am on a wired connection. Is there actually a BIOS update for this motherboard? Looks like it's, yeah, your firmware version. I kind of expected that. I mean, this is not a, I mean, yeah, it's young to have Type-C and M.2 serial 8, M.2 NVMe support. By the way, actually, while I'm in here, just go look at that real quickly. And no, I have no idea on the pedigree of this. It's a PNY CS1030. I have no idea on the pedigree. This actually is from an associate. Really don't have that much more to add right now. But I did kind of give them an idea of, trying to build a computer for anyone in the COH community, City of Heroes community, who's gone through a disaster, needs a computer, something's gone terribly wrong, and pass that on, because someone did that for me once. Someone's done that for my current graphics card. So sweetening the pot, as it were, to just send it down to someone who uses it. So this PNY may actually wind up being part of this system. Not definitive. It's like the case. I don't want to speak for someone else who hasn't definitively given an assent one way or the other, even if how I think I understood things is how things were not to be understood. I know can be confusing. And something I did find interesting in here is it's giving me the processor maximum frequency as 6.2 gigahertz or 6.3 gigahertz. I know the FX 6300 can be a serious overclocker. I'm just not sure it can do that on air cooling. Oh, that's the something else that not really crossed my mind isn't the correct word. I think when I was giving the chassis a once over and trying to figure out how to pull the front air filter out, because I thought it would be as simple as the it's like if I reach over and on the pure base, it's just a simple matter of pulling the front cover off, and the connection to the LED ports is actually LED is actually fairly robust. So as you pull it off to check to clean or remove the filter or do that kind of service, it comes out pretty easily and it goes back in pretty easily. But I think when I was trying to do this on the pure base, I think I discombobulated it from the LEDs a little too forcefully. So it's not pull. It's not. It's like if I push the front of the chassis back in, I do get a nice connection and it goes through the colors. But it seems like maybe I've pulled the contacts loose somehow. So I'm not sure how I did that or how I'm going to undo that. But that's just another note in the adventures on this. So that's really all I got for tonight. So I'm going to cut it here, and I will catch you